What's up everyone, and welcome back to HateWatchers. Today we move forward unto dawn with our coverage of Halo Season 2, with Episode 6, Onyx. Let's bunny hop right into the breakdown, which means that there are spoilers on the horizon. You've been warned. We pick up with Corporal Perez, who's now a Spartan? They assault this Covenant ship, and the two chicks in the squad just bicker with each other the entire time. In the end, Perez reaches her objective, but then, a moment later, she's killed, sent off to join her family in lowrider heaven. Surprise! It's actually just a training simulation, because in a show that's severely lacking in meaningful action, even some of the action we do get doesn't actually happen. Kai comes in and tells the Spartans in training that they suck, but the next Master Chief might just be in this room, so hang in there if you too want to become an emotional wreck with your own crappy TV show. In the hallway, Perez rubs the fact that she was on Reach in Kai's face, which the show treats like some kind of brag. And it works, as Kai is rattled. Priya Patel and Ackerson are sipping tea and scheming, and Ackerson says it's impossible that Master Chief is still alive, as Master Chief watches them through a pair of binoculars. Kai is in a training simulation when Ackerson interrupts her, and we learn that Kai thinks her entire team died on Reach. And then we drop this subject to hop over to Stronghand and his wife, who are talking to Dr. Halsey, who knows where their son is, and luckily it's not a Caribbean island owned by a billionaire financier. Instead, he's been taken to this planet to become a Spartan. Their little group gets ambushed, but Master Chief jumps into action and kills everyone. Everyone except the 15 other guys who capture him, that is. Meanwhile, Kwan wanders off and follows the vision of this Oracle lady to the well of her ancestors. She promptly jumps down, but unfortunately, she doesn't explode on impact at the bottom. And Halsey's down here because why the hell not? She used to live down here, as a matter of fact. Moving to the elite known as the Arbiter, a priest is complaining that this human bitch isn't lore accurate and he tries to fix things, but the Arbiter says not to bother. The show is a lost cause anyway. We cut back to enjoy more simulated action that's being abused so viewers don't recognize the lack of meaningful action in this show. Everyone's happy to have beaten the simulation for the first time, but Perez is confused. She soon realizes that her cohort was labeled as the Special Education Squad, and someone rigged the game to make sure that they won and got some gold star stickers on their bicycle helmets. Master Chief is taken to the UNSC Weird Sex Dungeon, where he demands to see the mistress Priya Patel. And hurry.
You can tell her I'm coming.
Yeah, right. I'll do that.
But Master Chief can't hold it, and he beats off 4 dudes. Kai learns that Master Chief is still alive, but Ackerson plays her like a fiddle, convincing her that Master Chief betrayed humanity and is working with Makee and the Covenant. We jump over to Makee, and by the way, the show still hasn't even bothered to try and explain how Makee is here, after, dying last season.
Now you mock my pain.
She's talking with Cortana about how she can't use the MacGuffin anymore to see Halo, at least not without her bunk buddy Master Cheeks. Master Chief is trying to figure out how to print out some incriminating evidence on this newfangled machine when Kai walks into the room. They play the blame game, with Kai thinking Master Chief is working for the Covenant and him thinking Kai abandoned them on Reach. Then Master Chief gets beaten up by a girl, thrown around the room like a rag doll while he spouts some speech that surely somebody somewhere thought was powerful. Master Chief wakes up later to Cortana's voice, who implores him to reach the Halo ring before the Covenant does. He's not really listening, but he perks up when Cortana mentions Makee, and he's like, Makee? I know that girl. She and I smushed. And Cortana says, well, if you ever want to smush again, you gotta go touch the MacGuffin from Season 1. Admiral Priya Patel fixes Cortana thanks to her background in tech support, and orders Cortana to go steal info from the Covenant. Then the show finally brings back Miranda Keyes, who's been inexplicably living in Halsey's Batcave. Kai's training gets interrupted again by Ackerson, who seems to be obsessed with this Amazonian woman, and she confronts Ackerson about him leaving the people and Spartans defenseless and unprepared on Reach. Master Chief moves down a hallway like the town ogre, and everyone locks their doors and hides in fear as Cortana leads him to the MacGuffin. The same priest tries again to get Makee killed, and the Arbiter has had enough, choosing to kill his fellow Covenant in defense of this human. Then the other MacGuffin is glowing because Master Chief is touching it on the other end, begging Makee to touch its impressive girth and length, and the episode comes to an end. Well, we've reached that point in the video where we have to decide if this episode was a great watch or a hate watch. And episode 6 gave us another hate watch, which is unfortunately not surprising. Master Chief continued down his path of taking out the UNSC command, Makee's position of influence over the Arbiter and his Covenant followers was further solidified, Kwan's vision quest progressed, and the bad guys met up and talked about their evil plans. The human bad guys, that is, because there aren't any evil alien bad guys in this show at this point. Master Chief's reunion with Cortana had less emotional weight between the two of them than two coworkers passing in the hall. Kai is just a political football being kicked back and forth between the Chief and Ackerson. John is still the chosen one, destined to be the only person who can access Forerunner technology to find the Halo ring. And Soren's search for his kid will continue on into the coming episodes. So in short, this episode just doubled down on everything wrong with the show. Obviously, we didn't have any faith that the show would make any vast improvements at this point in the season, but it's nonetheless disheartening that they're so committed to these low-quality stories, the kind of stories that just take this series further and further away from the Halo people love. This episode was at least more focused than previous episodes, with the show finally seeming interested in properly advancing the main storyline. Almost like they realized, oh shit, we've written 5 episodes so far about Kwan and Soren's wife and Riz's failing body. Maybe we should get in an episode that gives some focus to the main plot of the season? And I'm sure that was still a controversial suggestion in the writer's room. But in the end, all of the focus and character development and drama and powerful speeches in the world can't save a shitty story. And that's where we're at with this show. You might be able to find a few enjoyable moments sprinkled very sparsely throughout the series, but in the end, it's all for naught thanks to the original creators choosing to forsake the very essence of what Halo is in favor of their own crappy fan fiction that's done nothing but harm the franchise. In another show, this might be a fine episode of character development before heading into the final stretch with the last 2 episodes of the season. But when it's all in service to a crappy story and carried out using lame characters, it's just another bad episode and a step further down a path that no one wanted to see this show tread. What did you think about this episode? Are we heading toward an explosively stupid finale this season? If you could write the story for Kwan's vision quest, what would you have happen to her? Let us know in the comments below. Also, remember to like the video if you liked it, and consider subscribing to HateWatchers to stay up to date on Halo. Thank you for doubling down on the bad with us today, and we'll catch you on the next one.